Good morning. Welcome to your Thursday morning, early morning intuitive guidance. A little bit earlier than usual, so we'll see how long it takes our tribe to pop on here. So I am Dr. Bonnie Nussbaum, and every day I'm on here sharing a card with you, a angel card, a meditative card, a nature card, whatever there is, popping on and letting the universe pick what we look at each day. Good morning, Peggy. Glad you are here. You phoned me early. This is good. This is good. I'm hoping some of the others will pop on. Oh, someone else phoned me. Glad you're here. Welcome, welcome. Oh, here they all come. Good morning, good morning. Glad you're here. Wasn't sure everybody would find me a few minutes early. Good morning, CJ. Welcome. So today's card is, I've read it 3 times now, and I'm just like, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. It just strikes me differently each time I hear it. So hopefully that will occur for you also, and there will be some multiple things you can take away from this card. So thank you for the sunrise. Beautiful, beautiful. Today is supposed to be pretty darned hot here, and I'm already dressed up to go places, so I don't want to arm wrestle with the air conditioner to get it in the window. 117-year-old house. Oh well. I'll do that when I get home. It might be a little toasty by then, but hey, we'll deal with it. Right now it's nice and cool. Too bad it won't stay that way. We did get some rain yesterday, which was very welcome because everything was getting pretty dry. I had watered a bunch of stuff, but it was dry. Grass, I don't mind if that dies. I'm not a grass fan. I think it uses too many resources, but my flowers, I'd kind of like them to stay a little perky. So let's just take a couple of nice deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Letting your shoulders drop, just wiggling a little bit, getting ready for this message. And maybe we'll do a little tapping on this message because I think that might be helpful. Our card is from the Tosha Silver deck. Good morning, Cindy. The Wild Offerings. And this is a 52 card deck on giving it all to God, turning it all over, letting go, doing the work, a la Byron Katie, and releasing perceived control over things we really don't have control over, practicing acceptance, practicing loving what is, etc. And today, what we get to love that is ourselves. So first I want to show you the back of the card because I just love, that's funny. You have a good intuitive streak in you, Cindy. Here is Ganesh, who is the god of moving past obstacles, helping us with obstacles. And that can be obstacles in our thought process too. And one obstacle that we often have is lack of self-acceptance. So here we are, self-acceptance. And I kind of like that it's a brown background because brown to me is very earthy, it's very grounded, and if we're not accepting ourselves, we're anything but grounded, right? So let's practice a little self-acceptance today. And this first line made me laugh because it has Bonnie written all over it. Nothing is more exhausting than endlessly working on yourself. Anybody else want to raise a hand here? Okay. When you offer your whole being fully to love, self-acceptance arises spontaneously. May I rest in our oneness, dear divine. May I rest in our oneness, dear divine. So in other words, this card is designed to move us past ego, to get us to let go of our small selves, the part of us that keeps us worrying. Am I enough? No, I'm not enough. They're so much better than I am. Compare, compare, compare. All that stuff that makes our human existence less pleasant, When we can, that's one of the things that I feel many of us gain in the process of aging. We're far less worried about what other people are doing. We're far more interested in cleaning our own deck, not so much what's the neighbor doing. Being more interested in what do I want, what do I need, what's my truth, what do I need to say. I was working with someone yesterday and we were doing some breath work, helping her kind of integrate past events from when she was a kid and an adolescent and a young adult into who she is now. Accepting mistakes that were made and learning what was meant to be learned from them and making some different choices moving forward. welcome to humanity, right? Interesting. Yesterday I went to a summit on homelessness here in Appleton, and they were blown away, the organizers. They had anticipated maybe 30 or 40 people because homelessness isn't a sexy thing to talk about, right? And so there were over 200 people there from all different agencies, all walks of life, some people who had experienced homelessness in the past, etc. And cool to have all of those people in one place. Going to make it much more streamlined in terms of providing services. When you have a bazillion agencies all doing their thing and not coordinating with each other, it really is a waste of resources. And that's kind of how we've done things in America in the past. But again, my intentional community idea, I'll trot it out whenever anybody will listen. Even if you won't, you're kind of a captive audience. Not that you can't click off, but one of the things about that is that collaboration, cooperation, sociocracy, the ability to sit at a table and listen to differing opinions and keep going around until it comes to some kind of a solution, a decision that everyone present can live with. Does it mean everybody gets exactly what they want? No. Is everybody always happy about it? No. Some people may have reserve, but you have the ability to speak your truth, hear other people's truth, know that a decision is being made with as much goodwill as possible, and then trying it out for a while. Thank you, Cindy, for posting the words. So let's go back to self-acceptance. Can you see that when we're not accepting of ourself, it is our small self sitting in judgment? It is our ego self. When we transcend that and we are viewing ourselves as an integral part of the bigger fabric of life, that we have connection to everything and everyone, self-acceptance is not a problem. Self-acceptance is not a problem. We can feel our way into that fabric of life. We feel our threadness, for lack of a better word. We know where we fit. We know that we do fit. And even if what we're doing here now is changing, like mine is, we still know we fit in the fabric. We are a piece of that fabric, right? So let me read it again. Close your eyes, not if you're driving. Just breathe deeply. Feel your heart chakra spinning open to receiving this message. All right? Good morning, Beth. And then it will spread that information to all the other chakras. All right? Self-acceptance. Nothing is more exhausting than endlessly working on yourself. When you offer your whole being fully to love, self-acceptance arises spontaneously. May I rest in our oneness, dear divine. How does that feel to you? How does that feel when you hear those words, when you connect with that thought process, when you allow that to be your thought process? How does that feel? For me, it's a very grounded feeling, a very connected feeling. I almost see an image of linked arms, people linking arms. There's that image on the Gabriel Merrihew deck where it's all the arms kind of holding each other in a connected circle. Kind of reminds me of that. So what will you do to practice self-acceptance today? It can be as simple as standing and looking in the mirror and saying, I love you. It can be doing some journaling on self-acceptance and maybe some of the concepts that we're talking about today. It can be viewing yourself, really practicing, feeling into being the thread you are in that fabric of life. Everything, everyone is an interconnected thread. All the creepy crawlies, all the flyers, all the four-leggeds, all the stones, all the mountains, all the trees, the shrubs, the flowers, everything is a thread in that fabric. Good morning, Linda. And when we realize that, and when we can really feel that, feel into that, do we not take much better care of all of those threads in that fabric? If we know that a particular tree is a thread in the fabric, the same fabric that I am a thread in, are we not more likely to take better care of that tree? At least pay attention to it. There is a tree there. Huh. I wonder how many people, I mean, certainly there was a time in my life that somebody had said, how many trees do you have in your front yard? Couldn't have told them. I can now. So, where are you at on that piece of self-acceptance? What would help you become more self-accepting? And I don't want to hear things like, I need to lose 10 pounds, I need to get a different job, I need to make more money, I need to... No, that's all external crap. That is not the core of self-acceptance. Self-acceptance comes from within. What thought process do you need to let go of in order to move into self-acceptance? What thread do you need to become to be a part of that fabric, that integral fabric that we all are a part of? What do you need? And then figure out what would be a step in that direction. And again, I'm going to bust you if what you come up with is I need to get so-and-so to forgive me, or I need to have a relationship with so-and-so, or I need a new job or more money or whatever. Not it. Not it. Self-acceptance, coming from within. Might be spinning your crown chakra open and feeling that energy coming through you. Let's do a little tapping. Let's do a little tapping today and see where we end up. So, karate chop spot. You can do one side. It's by your baby finger. You need to accept that you are old. Fabulous. Let's go with that. And what old means to you. Because we all have bought into definitions of what old means. You can be creaky or you can be a sage, a wise sage. There's lots of different things you can be when you're old. So, tap it on the side of our hands. All right? Good morning, Deb. Glad you are here. We're just going to do a little tapping. All right, so I want you to repeat after me out loud if possible. I am working on self-acceptance. I love myself. Good morning, Carolyn. I am willing to see myself as an integral thread in the fabric of life. Okay, inside corner of the eyebrows. I am ready to make this change. Outside corner of the eyes. I am a thread in the fabric of life. Under the eyes. I am self-accepting. Under the nose. I love everything about myself. Under the mouth. I love all my mistakes. Collarbone. I love all my past events. Under the arms, because they've made me who I am today. Around the crown of the head, if I don't like some of the things that have happened. Inside corner of the eyebrows, I can change how I think about them. Outside corner of the eyes, I can view them as learning events. Under the eyes, I can use that learning moving forward. Under the nose, I don't have to be perfect. Under the mouth, I accept that I am human. Collarbone, I am ready, willing, and able. Under the arms, to accept myself just as I am. Around the crown of the head, nothing needs to change. Inside corner of the eyebrows, other than my acceptance of myself. Outside corner of the eyes, I give my whole being to love. Under the eyes, I feel that love radiating within me. Under the nose, I am worthy. Under the mouth, simply because I exist. Collarbone, and the things I choose to do are simply icing on the cake. Under the arms, I love me. Around the crown of the head, I feel self-acceptance. Nice deep breath in. Let it go. And what do you notice? I notice kind of a settling within and some tingling in my hands. What do you notice? And you can do that with, replace my words with your words. Whatever words you feel you need to believe. Whatever words you feel carry the power. There we go. I need to accept myself just as I am. Absolutely. And what's so ironic about that is the majority of the people around us accept us exactly as we are. Tears. Yeah. Accepting the past is hard. Yes. But when we can see the gifts in those events, I just heard about this woman yesterday. Let me think where I put it. And I went and looked at her website, and she's got some awesome stuff, tons of free stuff available. She calls herself the Crappy Childhood Fairy. The Crappy Childhood Fairy. Anna Runkle, Runkle, and there's a lot of stuff on her site that's free. The Crappy Childhood Fairy. Things I did or didn't do. Yes. When we can come into acceptance of, I made the choices I made at that time for reasons, I accept those choices. And again, if I'm not happy with how it turned out, I get to make future choices differently. But what happened with those things actually, again, made us who we are today, brought us to this part of our path. We wouldn't be here had we not made those choices. So it's important that we acknowledge that even though some of those choices were difficult, painful, not choices we'd make today, at that point in time, they were exactly the choices we were meant to make. And so it is. Check out the Crappy Childhood Fairy. She's got a YouTube channel. She's got a website. Where else did I find her? Facebook. So check her out. She might have some good stuff that would be helpful in terms of letting go of a lot of that stuff. Self-acceptance. Nothing is more exhausting than endlessly working on yourself. When you offer your whole being fully to love, self-acceptance arises spontaneously. May I rest in our oneness, dear Divine. Have an awesome Thursday. We'll see you again tomorrow. Those of you who haven't yet checked out my 2 workshops that are coming up, please do so. They're on my website, empowermentandpurpose.com. You can also find them on this page. I've pinned the one to the top of the page, so please feel free to check them out. Love to have some more people attending. I've got a couple of people coming for the whole thing. I've got one person coming for the morning. Love to have more of you there. However many are there, that's who we're going to play with. And so love to have you there. Have an awesome day. Remember, you are capable of far more than you think you are, including radical self-acceptance. Bye-bye.